Joining me now is Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher, who will chair the Select Committee on China and the new Congress. Congressman, it's great to see you tonight. We know you're going to be focused on these issues that we raised in the angle, but can you promise us tonight that the GOP leadership is not going to try to sell us again on this Trans-Pacific partnership that you heard Bob Lighthizer, the world expert on trade agreements, absolutely say should be a non-starter?
Well, I've heard absolutely no discussion of it in Congress. I can't imagine it's going to be a priority. In fact, if we're interested in doing anything on trade, I actually think there's some low-hanging fruit. Foremost among them would be a free trade agreement with Taiwan itself, which is mired in a disagreement right now. If we want to pursue a trade agreement, a bilateral trade agreement like that would make far more sense, as well as a post-Brexit gold standard trade agreement with the UK, which has completely fallen by the wayside. If we want to draw closer economically and technologically with our allies, let's think about how we can share intermediate range missile technology with the Aussies, for example, now that we're no longer bound by the INF Treaty because Trump smartly got out of it. So we need to be thinking about how we selectively decouple technologically, economically, financially, and in terms of data and dollars from China, potentially removing permanent normal trade relations from China, not allowing them to game the global trading system.
Oh, that's music to the viewers of the Angle, their ears, because it's been a complete loser for the American middle class. Now, as you heard in the Angle, Congressman, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo is refusing to say that we should decouple from China, what you just referenced. But given the fact that our so-called allies won't even entertain the discussion of getting tough on China, shouldn't we begin to do this ourselves? Given everything that we've seen, they cheat us blind on trade, and obviously they're a slave state.
Well, there's three urgent things I think we need to do. The first is to ensure that U.S. technology is not going into China's military modernization or abetting China's genocide right now. The second thing is to cut off the flow of U.S. dollars to the same thing, military modernization and genocide. In particular, tax-advantaged entities, tax-exempt entities, think higher education, university endowments should not be allowed to invest in China. These are the same people that are lecturing us about ESG investing. Well, China stinks at the E, the S, and the G, and if the G stands for anything, it should stand for genocide. And then finally, we need to decouple in terms of data. This starts with TikTok. It is long past time we ban TikTok. We don't have a reciprocal data arrangement with China, and they effectively control this app, and the algorithms are highly addictive, highly deadly, and they allow the Chinese Communist Party to effectively selectively edit the news. We do not want the CCP to control the largest media company in America.
Congressman, why is a communist country allowed to buy U.S. real estate, U.S. major agricultural companies, food companies, in large tracts of real estate near military bases? Why is that allowed?
This is an issue we absolutely need to look into on the Select Committee on China. It shouldn't be allowed, particularly if there's a clear affiliation with the PLA or the Chinese Communist Party. The short answer is because they hide these connections sometimes through opaque arrangements. And oftentimes people don't understand that, at least since the passage of the 2017 National Security Law in China, there's really no such thing as a private company in China.
Right.
Everyone's controlled by the CCP, subjected to the direction of the CCP. And so it's important that we understand who we're dealing with. This is a genocidal communist regime that not only wants to oppress their own citizens, succeed where the Soviet Union failed in perfecting the model of total party control, but increasingly to export that model around the world. They talk openly about destroying the capitalist system led by the United States in order to make way for the triumph of world socialism with Chinese characteristics. Yeah. And slowly, they've turned us into a nation of addicts, addicted to cheap Chinese goods, addicted to fentanyl, and addicted to the CCP-controlled algorithms.
And we're like, let's buy more. Let them buy more real estate, Congressman. Hey, we're really looking forward to your leadership on this committee. We really appreciate your joining us tonight. Have a Merry Christmas.